So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Darryl here from Zephyr Games, bringing you, as you can see, the second official product release of 2019 and a new way of dueling, and that is of course with speed duels. Now these are the two brand new speed duel starter decks. Each one contains 3 speed duel decks. As you can see, we have Yugi, Pegasus and Isuzu, and then we've got Kaiba, Mai and Joey. So really depend on what character you fancy, you can go for either one of these. On top of that, they do retail at about the same as a normal structure deck, so you're not losing out too much on that. The question is, how different are they in comparison to the normal standard Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Now I haven't looked into the speed duels, but I would like to think, before I open up these, that they have some major differences. Like, I would like to consider that they would either be like full arts or alternate arts, just something that makes them different from normal cards, because in a sense, why would you buy speed duels if there's no difference in the cards? Surely you just, apart from getting the character cards in there, do you just build a normal speed duel, deck with normal cards? Anyway, we'll start off with the Yugi one. So on the back, of course, it tells you exactly what you get in each deck. Isuzu. That's I'm pretty sure that's a game character. Anyway, so we'll crack these open. They're great for new players or coming back players, returning players, anything like that. And it's kind of cool for those of you that are getting a little bit stale of the current meta and stuff like that. This takes it back to the original, and as you can see, they all come in their own little packs, and then you get a speed duel pack. Now I don't know if you can see it on the camera because of the glare, but actually at the bottom there is speed duel stamps. I don't think it'll show up on camera. I'll see if it looks better when we take it out of the pack. So you get 3 ultra rare cards, and we get ultra rare Shard of Greed, Mimicat and Golden Apple. So again, not too bad. Let's see if you can see the speed duel. No, oh, maybe. You might just be able to see it there. Speed duel written in kind of like a stamped look there. These are kind of cool. I'm not 100% sure if you can still use these in the actual. They are exactly the same as the current Yu-Gi-Oh cards we have, which is a bit disappointing. I'm not too sure if you can use these in a proper Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I don't see why you couldn't. So another reason to get in these decks, if you want an ultra rare like upgrade or print of something else, I believe Champions Vigilance is in the Kaiba one. So that'd be very, very cool. And moving out of the way quickly, you can also see that the mats, you get your mat with your rulebook. So the mats are slightly different. It is 3 normal zones with your deck, your graveyard, and 3 monster spell and trap zones. So I'll quickly zoom out so you can see all of that. So you've got your extra deck, your field zone, your graveyard, your deck, and then you've got your spell and trap card zones and your monster zones as well. Don't worry, I will be doing like a quick tutorial to break down everything of speed duels in another video, so check that out just to get the lowdown of how speed duels operate. But for now, let's get cracking. I've talked long enough before actually opening anything, so we'll start off with issue. Now, these are really nice little boxes. I quite like these. So you've got the entire deck list on the back of the box. I don't think these will last, so don't expect to keep them massively. We start off the top with the character cards, I believe is what the skill cards, sorry. So let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so again they've got the speed duel stamp. If your opponent's life points is more than twice your life points, activate this skill. You may look at the top card of both your and your opponent's deck at any time. It's quite cool. And there you go. Flip this card over when you activate the skill. It's kind of cool. Gravekeeper's Lot. If you lose 1800 or more life points, you can activate this skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may select search your deck, for a Gravekeeper's card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing it. If you do that, flip this card over. So activate the skill and then flip it back. So flip this card over when you activate this skill. I believe you get to use all of these once per turn. Millennium Necklace. At the start of your opponent's turn, before they draw, you may look at the top 3 cards of their deck, rearrange them in any order. This skill can only be used once per duel. There you go. And then you've got the skill card there. So I believe you have these cards like this, and then you flip this over to activate the skill. Like I said, I will be doing a rundown of speed duels. I have to check it out myself and understand it completely. And then of course you've got all the grey cube prints. They seem to have, I don't know, it looks like they've got an extra gloss layer on top of them, but I could be wrong. So you've got Grey Cube's Curse, 2 Spear Soldiers, 1 Vassal, 1 Chief, Cannon Holder, Assailant, 2 of those, Priestess, 2 of those, Recruiter, Shaman, Oracle, Cat of Ill Omen, Grey Cube of Steel, Hidden Temples of Necro Valley, Zebek's Blessing, Blast Held of a Tribute, Rite of Spirit, and Eye of Truth. So very straightforward on that. Literally the only difference between these and the actual cards we have is it's Speed Duel printed at the bottom, which is a shame. I would like them to have been like noticeably different. Like keep them the same Yu-Gi-Oh size. You'd have to keep buying like different sleeves and whatnot, but have like a major difference to really entice those to go and buy them. Okay, so now we've got the Yugi deck. Power of Dark. All fiend and spellcaster monsters on the field gain 200 attack defense. Also, all fairy monsters on the field lose 200 defense. Wow, that sounds exactly like the field spell Yami that we used to have. At the start of the duel, place this card in your field zone and flip it over. Yami Yugi skill, Destiny Draw. If you lose 2,000 or more life points, you can activate this skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for any card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. If you do that, flip this card over. Flip this card over when you activate this skill. So I think skill cards are once per game. Activate this skill during your main phase, once per turn. During your turn, you may place a counter on this skill. If it has 3 or more counters, when you would draw a card, you may search your deck for any card and add it to your hand instead. At the end of your turn, you use this skill, you lose the duel. Whoa, win game. And then of course, no Yugi deck is complete without a Dark Magician, Feral Imp, Rogue Doll, Dark Magician Girl, Legion of Fiend Jester, that's quite cool. The Stern Mystic, double costing, Blue Dragon Summoner, Thousand Knives, Sage Stone, Dark Magic Attack, Ryuku, Tribute Doll, Wonder Wand, Lightfall Sword, Magical Circles, Magic Jammer, and 7 Tools of the Bandit. I mean, something else that would have made these decks a little bit cool is if the cards had like anime effects or something like that. Do you know like how Mystical Elf in the original anime, I don't know, she was chanting a spell for 3 turns even though it said nothing like that on the card. It would have been quite cool to have something like that. Just to, I don't know, just to make these a bit more unique. I'm slightly disappointed in the sense that these had the potential to be so much better. It's a Toon World. This card is treated as Toon World. At the start of the duel, place a card in the field zone, in the centre, sorry, of your spell and trap zone and flip it over. Mind Scan. At the start of the third turn, if your life points is 3,000 or higher, activate this skill. Count both players' turns. You may look at your opponent's set spell and trap cards at any time. If your life points drop below 3k, flip this card over. Millennium Eye. At the start of the duel, look at your opponent's opening hand. You may choose to have that player shuffle their hand into the deck and draw a new hand. If both players use a skill at the same time, the turn player resolves their skill first. Then of course we've got the Rogue Doll, Toon Alligators, Parrot Dragon, Dark Rabbit, Toon Masked Sorcerer, that's a nice little reprint, Toon Mermaid, Toon Summon Skull, Relinquish, Black Illusion Ritual, Toon Table of Contents, Toon Rollback, Toon World, Yami, Sword of Deep Sea, Toon Defense, Jar of Greed, and Wild Tornado. So again, straightforward and simple on those as well. Moving into the card one. So, I mean, my thoughts on speeds is like, they're a nice little introduction to players, or for players, but then it doesn't actually get them up to speed on the current meta or anything, it's just a different way of playing. So the ultra rares in this one is Champion Villages, probably one of the best ones to get reprinted, Fusion Gate and Amazoness Village. If you're able to use these in actual decks, and these are pretty cool. Champion's Village is nice because it's only ever had one print in the Kyber deck. I say one print. It's had a print in the Kyber deck, nothing else, and then obviously that Kyber deck's been reprinted to heck. So, moving on to the next 3, of course we've got Maya's Amazonis, Kyber's Blue Eyes, and Joey's Red Eyes. So, moving through onto Maya's one. See what her skill cards are. Okay, so we've got a Roman strategy. You may look at the top card of your deck at any time. That's quite cool. At the start of the duel, flip this card over. Choo. Flight of the Harpies. Flight of the Harpy, sorry. If you lose 18,000 or more life points, 1,800 or more life points, you can activate this skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for a Harpy card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. If you do that, flip this card over. Flip this card over when you activate this skill. Trivial synergy. If you have an Amazoness monster and a Harpy monster in your hand, reveal them and draw one card. If you control an Amazoness monster and a Harpy monster, draw 2 cards. Each of these skills can only be used once per duel. And then we've got a Harpy Lady 1, Harpy Lady 2, Harpy Lady 3, Harpy Lady Sister, Amazoness Chainmaster, Amazoness Swordwoman, Amazoness Sage, Birdface, Sonic Shooter, Elegant Egotist, Triangle SSD Spark, Cyber Shield, Harpy's Hunting Ground, Amazoness Heirloom, Amazoness Archer, Windstorm, Shadow of Eyes, and Wild Tornado. Again, nothing is... I don't know. They're cool, don't get me wrong, they are certainly cool. And I would definitely recommend picking these up. Just to play like quicker games with your friends. I think they're very, very good for the younger audience as well. Definitely. Peak performance, all dragon, wind beasts and thunder monsters on the field gain 200 attack and defense. Beat down! If you control a level 5 or higher monster, you can activate this skill. All monsters you currently control gain 300 attack for each level 5 or higher monster you control. At the end of your turn, flip this card over. Once per duel, you can use one of the following skills. If you successfully normal summon Lord of D, add 1 the Flute of Summoning Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's pretty cool. Reveal the Flute of Summoning Dragon from your hand, then add 1 Lord of D from the deck or graveyard to your hand. Actually, that's really cool, to be fair, for a Blue Eyes deck that's built like this anyway. Blue Eyes White Dragon, Battle Ox. I want Enraged Battle Ox. I just put some eyebrows on there. Those of you who've seen the video would understand that. Ryukishin, Luster Dragon, Lord of D, Twin-Headed Behemoth, Tyrant Dragon, Spirit Ryu, Kyberman, Flip Summoning Dragon, Stampede Destruction, Cost Down, Burst Stream of Destruction, Mountain, Interdimensional Matter Transporter, Dragon's Rebirth, and Trap Jammer. I think I've seen any like MST, so I don't know why you would have like a skill card and I don't know. There might be an MST in Joey's one. Let's find out. I mean, the skill cards make it a little bit different and a little bit fun, but I feel there could be more differences. Grit. At the start of your turn, call 2 numbers and roll a 6-sided dice. If you roll a number you called, your life points do not get lower than 1 until the end of your opponent's next turn. This skill can only be used once per turn. That's actually really quite cool. Last Gamble. At the start of your 5th turn, activate this skill. Count both players' turns. During your main phase, you can reduce your life points to 100 and discard 2 cards from your hand. Roll a 6-sided die and draw cards equal to the result. This skill can only be used once per duel. Powerminization. During your turn, you may reveal 1 normal monster in your hand. This turn, that monster can substitute for any 1 fusion material. If you do, the other fusion materials must be correct. Ooh, is Joey's going to have fusions? Red Eyes Dragon, Meteor Dragon, Flame Manipulator, Saki, he'll have Flame Swordsman, Alligator Sword, Baby Dragon, Time Wizard, Little Wingard, Copycat, Gertrude, the Iron Knight, Polymerization, Stray Lambs, Legendary Sword, Sogan, Dice Spoon, Graceful Dice, Skull Dice, Kunai Chain, Red Eyes Spirit, and then it gets Flame Swordsman, Thousand Dragon, and Alligator Swords Dragon. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. I will give you this. It is like being back at Duelist Kingdom. That's really quite fun and cool, to be honest. So yeah, that is it for each of the 3 decks. Let's put their character cards to the top, or one of the character cards. I'm certainly going to look into this. It's definitely a fun way of playing it. I just feel that not been cheap, but I feel they've missed a trick on this one. I think that they could have done different prints. If they had done some form of different prints on the main cards, then it would entice me more as a consumer to buy the decks and say, even if it was just 1 card, even if it was like a full art Dark Magician, full art Relinquish, Red Eyes, Harpy, anything like that, and it can't be used in a normal like Yu-Gi-Oh duel, I still would have got it a bit more, because I would have been like, sweet, I love an alternate art for something like this. But that's my personal thoughts on like the Speed Duel openings and like the cards themselves. So if you enjoy speed duels, definitely pick them up. They are doing special events at your locals where you can get rubber mat versions of this as like pre-release events. So definitely go check them out. You get like, I think, a pad, a lanyard, and then of course you get the rubber mat as well, which is really, really cool, and you get to learn the game even better. Like I said, I will do a tutorial kind of walkthrough with the speed duels. We'll be doing it on the same level because I'll be new and fresh to this as well. It is kind of like just them making a physical version of Duel Links. But let me know what you think of the decks below. Let me know which one of these 6 are going to be your favourite. Again, it might also be quite worth it to split one with a friend. Like if you have 2 other friends, and you want the card one, your friend wants a Joey one, and you want another friend wants the Maya one, then I think it's something like £3 each, gets you a structured deck, and then you've just got a deck that you can just go and start playing with, which is really, really cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Dan here from Zephyr Wargames. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.